All right, welcome in everybody. Just me and Yash today talking some ball. Here, just gonna kind of talk everything week 7 fantasy. Talk through some interesting players, storylines, matchups for this week, etc. Maybe hop in some underdog drafts throughout the stream. We are looking at the underdog. I forget the exact name of the contest, the third quarter, and it's basically weeks 9 through 12 best ball. So we might rip a couple of
Might be
those.
matchup dependent, dude. Honestly, now that I'm looking
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah. I need to look into matchups, bye weeks, that sort of thing. And we can kind of talk our way through that on stream, kind of give some game theory behind that tournament. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks to everyone that's gonna get their eyes upon this stream today. Make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel, and join the Discord. Links in the description of the video. It's completely free to join. We're starting to build a community out in there, and yeah. And just
Yeah,
speaking
I'm
of
always active on that Discord too.
yeah.
Always on.
Yeah, both one of us is always on, and we have our DMs open too. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask us. And speaking of, we have a question that I wanted to start off with and get to. Just kind of an interesting talking point was someone asked Quentin Johnson or Zay Flowers rest of the season. So I'll start off with you, Yash. What is your instant kind of take on that?
Gut feel. My gut's telling me Zay. I always just it's almost telling me that just because of the Trey Harris usage last week. I know QJ's injured. It's probably meaningless, but Trey Harris was a second round pick this year. He wasn't a bust for 2 years, I think there might be something there. Maybe we see QJ not play every snap this week. Maybe he plays 90%. Maybe he plays 80%. Maybe QJ just isn't worth 17 points per game anymore. But with Zay, you have Lamar coming back. You have that run game starting back up. I think it's going to open up a lot for that team. Bad defense. I think it's the same process with the Bills. Bad defense, great offense. You got to love a piece in that, right? So for that reason, I'm going to lean Zay, but I could definitely see the QJ argument.
Yash, you kind of have a noise.
Yeah, it's my mom vacuuming, bro. I don't know why she's doing this to me right now. I literally told her I'm not going to be doing this, bro. She's like, yeah, let's start vacuuming right now. So
what's up, fiery tutor? So yeah, we're gonna talk about that Zay Quentin Johnson thing. I'm just gonna share this and show you guys this real quick. So this is what Zay was doing to start the season while Lamar was healthy, right? He had 9 targets, 11 targets. Had a bad game against Detroit, but then 8 once again in Kansas City. I think that these 3 games are kind of what we might want to project Zay for rest of season. We're going to be expecting him to get high targets, high usage, and we know the Ravens defense has been struggling. We know they're playing in a lot of high-scoring games. We've addressed some issues we have with the Chargers, especially their offensive line, and how that might affect the floor of QJ. I think talking our way through this, I prefer Zay to Quentin rest of season. And I just think Quentin's maybe a higher week-to-week ceiling guy, but I think Zay's just going to have a much higher floor week-to-week. Yeah, that's just kind of my take on the situation. I wouldn't be surprised to see Zay finish the season as in the kind of wide receiver 2 conversation for fantasy.
I definitely see him above wide receiver 20. Better finish than BTJ for sure.
That's an interesting one. So let's Zay Flowers or BTJ rest of season.
I'm picking Zay. I mean, you're basically projecting out the same thing, right? You're telling me that this is a player who's going to be a target hog, who's going to be playing on a team that might be behind or in a shootout kind of scenario. They're actually able to set up the run game now with Lamar and D. Henry. We saw that last year. That was like a cheat code. And I feel like people like to put that idea in their head that BTJ is still doing that. He's only been getting 7 targets a game. And I saw a report this morning on Yahoo It was something about like they're trying to get Travis Hunter involved more as like their number one option on more plays. I don't know if you can pull that report up real quick. I don't know if you can find that, but I didn't actually read it. I just read the headline. But even just seeing that is just like we haven't seen it from BTJ this season. Everyone's just like rose-colored glasses from last year. And it's like, and they got this guy who they traded 2 first-round picks to get a receiver. Like, I don't know how people just like can ignore so many red flags with BTJ and project him as like low end receiver 1. It's like, no. Indian Stephen A. Hey, I'll take it, Brad. That boy rich. He bought his mom a house. But like, all I can say is like Travis Hunter's role can only grow from like what 30% of snaps he plays on offense or whatever it is.
He had a season high last game. I think he played 80% of offensive snaps last game.
Yeah, he only had like 4 less targets than BTJ.
I'm less. I think the Travis Hunter stuff that I'm taking that less as worry for Brian Thomas and more as excitement around Travis Hunter. I think he's a great buy in Dynasty right now. In redraft, I don't know if I'm completely there yet, but in Dynasty, I'm a fan of buying into the talent, buying into the profile. I'm actually, I sent around some offers, I think, for Travis Hunter yesterday. Just after I saw that 80% usage this Sunday. I think if he has one big game where he scores a touchdown, everyone's going to kind of be back in on the hype train with Travis. And I don't know. I think he's coming to the league super raw as a wide receiver. That was kind of the knock on him because he's been splitting time of offense and defense. Apparently last season he wasn't practicing with the offense at all in Colorado. And during the game, he literally had signal callers on the sideline telling him what route to run. So I just think that kind of shows you like he was basically just winning purely on talent at the college level. And obviously that type of stuff's not going to fly in the NFL. But him flashing the way he has, like you see it on like him winning a contested catch here and there, him getting downfield, making a play, making a guy miss after the catch. We know the talent's there. I think it's just a matter of time for Hunter before it really starts to pan out. And seeing that the coach saying he wants to scheme him more open and get him the ball more, definitely encouraging. And I'm excited about Hunter. But I think when we're talking about BTJ and how this kind of pans in with everything, I'm not super worried about that taking work from BTJ. I think if anything, it's going to help him out, right? Because up until this point, it's basically just been him on the offense. Brendan Strange is on IR now. He was taking targets the first couple weeks while BTJ was still able to earn north of like 7-8 targets a game. And I don't see why that can't continue with Travis. I think if anything, it's just going to help the offense and make the offense flow a little better.
I don't know. I'm just coping because I have BTJ. Honestly, I don't even think you're wrong, Tudor. I think I'm probably like the biggest BTJ hater to like a fault at this point. Like I'm probably too low on him, but I kind of just do it at this point to like temper expectations for this guy, right? Like I don't like the whole receiver 1 talks about him, but I'll say this. Their bye week is coming up. They have an explosive superstar rookie in the making. They have a new signal caller in Liam Cohen, right? They could totally, and they have a bunch of injuries they didn't have. They could definitely change how they play after this bye week. You could attribute DeAndre Swift being good to their bye week. I saw some stuff about how after their bye week, they started running a lot more outside zone and like around the tackles type of runs instead of up the middle. So a bye week could always like give a guy like a nice bump, especially if they're talented like BTJ or something. And the Travis Hunter, helping BTJ, I think that's a fine take too, because that's kind of what we're projecting with Rashee Rice in the Chiefs offense. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's really cope. I think that's just like good process, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So that's kind of an interesting one. If you guys have any other guys you want to talk through in the chat, just comment some names. We'll get to them. What's up, Mando? Thanks for hopping in, dude. I wanted to kind of talk through this underdog tournament. So as you can see here, we got the third quarter draft, which is weeks 9 through 12, NFL best ball, $5 entry, 22K total entries, 150 entries to max. And the way this tournament works is it's weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12. Weeks 9 is 2 of 12 teams advance. Weeks 10, it's 2 of 5. Then week 11, 1 of 4. And then in the final, you got a 374 person final. This is the prize payout. If you make it to the final, you make $50. So all the money is made in that last week there. So you definitely want to target players that have good matchups. Week 12, week 9 is probably what you want to be eyeing. Getting out of the first round is going to be tough in this with a 2 of 12 advance rate. So I think that's kind of the biggest things I'm going to be looking forward. I'm drafting for this tournament is drafting teams that have good matchups week 1 and week 9 and week 12, which if you guys want to.
Dude, I'm looking at the Bills schedule right now. I think the Bills are a nice team to target in this in terms of like matchups.
Yeah.
I think the Bills are going to be there. Maybe the Ravens, definitely the Dolphins, probably Titans, Raiders. I think targeting teams that play those people might be good.
So week 9, it looks like we have Ravens at Miami. That's looking like a Derrick Henry nuclear spot. We got Chicago, Cincy. So Chicago's got a friendly matchup. Dallas plays Arizona.
Bills, Chiefs. Oh, there's a game.
Yeah, that one could be a fun one. Denver, Houston, gross. Indy, Pittsburgh. New York, San Fran. Tennessee. Okay. And then on bye week, we got Cleveland, Jets, Eagles, Tampa. So that instantly, I don't want to say rules out unless you're getting like a severe discount on these teams. I don't know. Yash, can you make a Google Doc and write down who's on bye week for these?
Yeah. The Bucks have a really nice schedule, though. I think they play the Bills week 10.
They're just on bye week 9.
I know. But think about it like that, though, bro. Like how many
if you
teams
can get them through.
Mm-hmm.
Did you write down who's on bye? So it was Cleveland, Jets, Eagles, Tampa.
You said Eagles, Jets, Cleveland, Bucks.
Yes.
Week 9.
And then week 10 on bye, we got Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs.
Okay, Mom.
Matchup wise,
plastic next to me, Bob.
I'm just gonna mute you for a sec, Josh. So week 10, we got Raiders, Denver. That's gonna be a gross one. Ravens, Vikings. Definitely not a super friendly matchup for Baltimore. We talked about like in their week 9 matchup against Miami. We got Bills against Miami week 9 or week 10. That's probably a really good spot for James Cook here.
Completely agree.
Yeah. And then did you put who we had on bye for this week, Yash? Bengals, Cowboys. Week 10. This is week 10.
Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then week 11, we only got Colts and Saints on bye. Bills playing Tampa. I guess that's not a so friendly matchup for James Cook. I'm actually Cowboys Raiders. Fun fact: I'm going to be at that game.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that in Vegas?
Yeah.
Bro, pull up.
It's good. Did you put Colts Saints?
Colts Saints week 11.
Uh-huh. And then week 12, we got Broncos, Dolphins, Chargers, Washington. So that's a good amount of teams that are having a bye week at some point throughout this tournament, right? So let's think our way through which teams aren't having any bye weeks throughout that stretch. We got the Bills. I think Atlanta. Yeah, because Atlanta already had their
The
bye.
Falcons won't be. The
Chicago.
Bears won't be.
Mm-hmm. Rams.
They won't be. So Puka's going to be 101 probably if he's healthy. No, he should be healthy by
And the
week
Colts. The Colts did have a bye, right?
11 with the Saints.
Packers.
No bye.
No bye for Packers. Okay. I'm just trying to think my way through this.
You can just shout teams.
Okay. Let's look at. So we got the bye weeks all listed. Can you share this doc with me, by the way?
Yeah.
Now let's look at some teams that we like their matchup both week 12 and week 9. So starting with week 12 matchups, I like this Baltimore against the Jets spot. And I don't think Baltimore is going to be on bye either.
Yeah, they're not.
And then we also like their week 9 a lot against Miami. So I think this is going to be I think we're going to be pulling up Derrick Henry and Lamar for sure in this format is kind of what I'm thinking.
Could probably go Puka, Lamar, Henry, first 3 rounds, something like that.
Yeah. I don't know how much I like stacking the Lamar and Henry in these. I kind of would like to play it through one way.
Fair enough. I used to like stacking Lamar and Henry. Before we get too into this, you want to answer some of these questions we got a couple minutes ago?
Yeah. Fiery said, going back to Zay versus Quinn, my cousin wants one of them for Swift, but I don't know if it's worth it. I kind of want to do it so Swift can replace K9.
Oh,
I
understand that, but I wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think paying Zay or Quinn is worth it for Swift, in my opinion.
You can get someone better. I know it's probably just easy because it's your cousin, but
I think Swift is an upgrade over K9 at this point, but I don't know how much of an upgrade that is, and I'm definitely not paying Zay or Quinn for that like minimal upgrade. I think you're just missing out on too much value there. Mando said, is trading away worthy for Vidal/Waller giving too much, or is it even? I need a backup tight end in my wide receiver room. Is QJ Pickens at Dunze Jefferson? I don't really love that trade, to be honest.
I don't like buying Vidal.
Yeah, I don't like buying Vidal just because I'm skeptical that the Chargers still could bring in another back.
Breece Hall.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
You heard those trade rumors, though?
I did, but I don't know how likely that is to actually happen.
I could see the Jets trading him or Garrett Wilson, though.
I definitely can't see Garrett. I think Breece would get traded before Garrett for sure.
Yeah, and they got Braylon Allen back there, too.
I don't like the sell low on Worthy. We were talking a bit about Worthy yesterday, and I think Yosh and Dale view it a little differently than I do. I think Yosh is more with me than Dale on the Worthy thing. I think Worthy's just been playing hurt, man. He's been battling through the shoulder injury, then he had the ankle injury flare up too. I think better days are ahead for Worthy as he gets healthier down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, I saw he couldn't outrun a guy with 100 pounds on him during the game. I saw that someone who was making a take. You're like, yeah, I think Worthy's just playing through injury right now.
Yeah, yeah, and you watch the film and just he still looks fine, but he doesn't look like that same speed we've we've come to expect with Worthy. So it seems
Cute.
like, yeah. So I think I'm kind of wanting to hold Worthy right now. I know you're deep at wide receiver, so he is expendable. But if anything, I feel like I would rather try to move off of QJ in that room, and he could get you a little more value back than Worthy, I think.
Really? You think people – because, like, that's the thing. Like, I know that Worthy is, like, a talent and whatever, but, like, I don't know. People are kind of grossed out by QJ still. I was trying to trade QJ, and people were not with it. They were not with, like, QJ and, like, Scat for, like, Saquon. I didn't send that one. I'm not trading Scat for that low. But it's weird. Like, QJ just does not move the needle for a lot of, like, casual enjoyers of football.
Yeah, I'd say QJ is more of like a sharper league sell. But you never know. Some people see the box scores and get excited. Yeah, Mando, I think it's like not a horrible trade, but like I said, I don't like selling Worthy right now. And I think right now too, ahead of like the week that Rice is coming back, like you're gonna get pretty low value for that return. Just because people are a little panicked on Worthy. They're thinking that Rice is gonna hit into the workload. They've been seeing they're looking at last week and seeing his lack of targets, but like we said, I think he's playing a little hurt. Better days ahead. Let's get back to this underdog tournament we're talking through.
That's good, Frizzle. Daily.
So, did you share that doc with me, Yash?
Yeah, it should be. It's just called bye week.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. I'll share this. So this is the teams on bye. Week 9, we got Bucks, Cleveland, Jets, Eagles, Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs, Colts, Saints, Broncos, Chargers, Washington, Dolphins throughout this tournament. Spots we like. If we look at the NFL schedule for week 9, we really like this Baltimore-Miami spot. I like this Cincinnati-Chicago spot, I think. That could be a fun game. I like this week has a lot of grosser matchup. I like Rams against the Saints. And I like Bills, Kansas City.
Whoa. I just saw a chat from Frizzle. Dropped Keon for booty. # championships moves only. You know, I was thinking about dropping Keon Coleman this morning. I sent it to this group chat, actually. I was between, because I'm in a 2 10-man leagues out of my 5. And, oh my God, the waiver wire is always so much fun in those leagues. There's Jerry Jeudy, Josh Downs, Keon Coleman on my roster, and I forget who the other guy I mentioned was. Oh, Elik Iomanor. So those were my 4 options to choose from. I'm leaning Josh Downs right now. I kind of want to go pick him up off waivers. I don't like picking up booty, though, Frizzle. I don't really love it. But I was high on booty week 1. Like, I will stand by that. I was so high on booty week 1. I'm like, he's the truth. I was like, he was supposed to be a first-round pick, guys. Like, don't sleep on him. So you could definitely feed yourself the narrative that he could be – I mean, who is the number 2 pass catcher on the Patriots? Who's the number 1 pass catcher on the Patriots? I think it's always a good idea to target offenses where your guy could be that number 1. Like last year for the Panthers, who was their number 1 receiver? Leggett, a rookie Leggett. And then who blew up? Jalen Coker off of the practice squad because it was just a gross receiving core. So I don't hate getting booty. I think you dropping Keon might sound a little crazy because that ceiling game he had week 1. But it's apples to apples at the end of the day. It's bums to bums, and you have to feed yourself a story. Just feed yourself the story you like the most.
For sure.
Because if Keon was going to play good, bro, it would have been this week. Like, who was his target comp? Joshua Palmer got injured. Curtis Samuel was out. Dalton Kincaid was out. Like, and the entire damn team was out. And what did you get? Like 4 targets?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, I think Keon, I'm panicked on for sure. If I hold him in Dynasty, I'm not feeling great about
I was
it.
thinking about buying him after that explosion game from Ty. I just didn't think Ty would give me a good price.
I know. I also was looking at buying him after that first game, and I'm so glad that I didn't.
I mean, dude, just having like the entire Bills receiving core and Allen on the same team would just be so nice. Like,
yeah. I just think they're really missing that. They're missing Diggs. Like, they're missing that downfield threat. They're missing the true, like, alpha wide receiver. And I think
they need to go trade for Garrett Wilson. Oh, my God. If that happens, bro, like, if by some way, that would be dreamy as a Josh Allen fan. As a Josh Allen dynasty owner, bro, they're winning the Super Bowl if they acquire Garrett Wilson. Like, if I see that in my newsfeed, I'll actually like shed a tear.
Yeah. That would be insane. I doubt that would happen, but
yeah.
All right. So I say let's just hop into one of these drafts. I mean,
they're an 0-7 team. Anything's
keep you guys interested in these. So we'll get one of these drafts started. If you want to hop in this, feel free.
Falcons is a sharp one. That's why Bijan's number 1, CMC number 1. That all makes sense.
Yeah, I like Puka. JT, I think, is a little bit lowered because he has the bye week.
Where's Justin Jefferson? He doesn't have a bye week. I just wonder how low people are on him.
Oh, it has the buys listed on here. I see. So CMC doesn't have bye. Bijan, no bye. Jonathan Taylor has a bye week in the semifinals for these, so that hurts.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and A-Chain has bye week 12. So
I have Kittle coming back and Ferguson. Do you think Matthew Golden for Ferguson is worth it? Okay, you can get a lot more for Ferguson. Okay, what are we talking about? Matthew Golden. Definitely try to get more. Like Jake Ferguson, literally, like if you want to sell Jake Ferguson, go pull up all the players. Okay, sort them by points scored total season. Then just make it only tight ends. I'll do it right now for you, actually. I'm pretty sure Jake Ferguson is like 30 points ahead of the second best tight end. I want to make sure I'm not talking too out of my butt for you. Yeah, Jake Ferguson on the year has 120. Well, this is a 1.5 super flex tight end premium. Let me change it. Jake Ferguson on the year in PPR, no tight end premium, has 98.5 fantasy points. The next two closest are Tyler Warren and Trey McBride with 84.6 and 83.7. So you are selling way too low on Jake Ferguson, my man. Like Jake Ferguson is outscoring a lot of receivers right now. Like Jake Ferguson is outscoring Drake London, Trey Tucker, Quentin Johnson, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton. He's outscoring all but like 7 receivers right now. So if you're not getting the right price for Jake Ferg, bro, just put him in your flex. Like, honestly, you could probably flex him. I had to do that with Brock Bowers week 1. Texans are about to sign Breece Hall. Actually, I could buy that, Frizzle. Oh, that would be actually really. Oh, wow. Google AI even saying it 36 minutes ago. Texans Wire. Huh. Very interesting. Well, since Anthony's gone and the draft hasn't started, I'm going to go over something that relates to yesterday on screen when we went over the war tool, the wins over replacement. So if you were watching that stream, it basically breaks down the players. Like you got like your league breakers, your elites, your good starters, then bench plays, right? Something that was very interesting was left out of the elite and like the premier running back tier was Jahmyr Gibbs. The Warp tool had Jahmyr Gibbs as like the running back, like 6, right? Whereas many people view Jahmyr Gibbs as like a running back 3-4, right? So my question to you guys, right? My friend sent me this question this morning. How would you go about getting Bijan Robinson, right? Would you tier up from Jahmyr Gibbs for Bijan? I recommended Gibbs and like a Pittman or like Gibbs and a Sutton. What do you guys think of that? Because I don't know. I think Bijan's really separating into that CMC like tier. Like I really do. He is so good, especially if you watch him. Not even the box scores, dude. Like with DeAndre Swift, he makes the box score looks nice sometime. If you look at DeAndre Swift play, you don't want to own DeAndre Swift, right? With Bijan, he does both though, and the receiving usage. Like I don't know. Thoughts?
Bijan go Burr.
Bijan go Burr.
Speaking of Bijan, we end up on the 101 in this draft.
We manifested it.
Yeah, so I think we got to go Bijan, and we're talking about matchups we like for this tournament, which for anyone that's just hopping in, it's weeks 9 through 12, NFL Best Ball. Week 9, Bijan draws a matchup against the New England Patriots. We're actually a pretty stout run defense, so I don't love that week 9 matchup. But in week 12, if he's able to make it that far, he has the Saints, which could just be a go nuclear spot for Bijan. And if anyone can get there against the Patriots' tough run D, I think it would be Bijan Robinson. For that reason, we're going to take him 101. I have him over CMC in a nutshell rest of the season. And just because of that matchup in week 12, I'm going to give the edge to Bijan.
Has Bijan even missed a game in his career yet?
It's funny you say that because I was literally having that exact same thought when I was driving in my car this morning. I was listening to a podcast talking about Bijan and where he was ranking rest of the season, and I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, Bijan, like, knock on wood, but up until this point, like, he's just always available, always consistent. You're just never really worried about having Bijan Robinson in your lineup like one bit. Like there's never a concern like, oh, I don't know about this matchup this week. Like it's just RB1, 15 points per game every week.
Jonathan Taylor going round 1, even with the bye, is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
JSN definitely receiver 2 in this.
When is McCaffrey getting hurt?
All right, bro. We need to stop. Why is of course the year I trade for CMC, everyone wants him to get hurt when he's healthy. I'm over it. I'm over it. Knock it off. Oh, please. I need him to be healthy. But I got J.K. Dobbins on the bench. It's good.
All right. So it's looking like we are going to need some, I think for the next couple picks, we kind of played it through week 12 with our first pick, right? So now we need to get some advance rate pieces. We need to get some week 9 matchups we like. I want to get some Ravens for sure.
I know, Andrew. They're doing human sacrifices to keep CMC healthy. It's like the Tyrese Halliburton stuff last season. Pascal Siakam was taking souls. Is CMC the NFL's Pascal Siakam? Let's talk about cut candidates. I feel like I kind of just want to like trash talk players right now. And what's a better way to trash talk players than cut candidates? I feel like we're getting to a point in this season where your waiver wire kind of looks yummy sometimes. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just like ugly. Maybe you're no 14-teamer. Who are we dropping, boys? Like, send some players who are on your bench that like you are not starting, and you're just like, why are you on my bench? For me, some of those players are Tyrone Tracy Jr., Keon Coleman. I would not drop Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter, I'll throw the name out there.
Kyron going 111 in this, by the way.
Over which other running backs?
A-Chain, Derrick Henry, Scatabo.
I don't like him over A-Chan. Derrick Henry, I kind of have him.
A-Chain does have the week 12 bye, so you gotta way lower him.
Yeah, I forgot about the bye. Let me look at this.
Not playing in the championship week, and this is pretty brutal. Jamar Chase, there goes Lamar, 19. That feels, honestly, this second round price tag on Lamar, I know it feels early, but considering the matchups he's going to have and the game scripts they're going to be in, I think he's a smash. A-Chain 208 is just like going to be insane return on value for the first 3 weeks of the tournament, but then you just got to really hammer some week 12 pieces if that's how you're going to build out. There goes Derrick Henry. Someone was paying attention to the matchups like us. Man, all my plans.
I think he's doing the A-Chan build right, though. I mean, he's going double RB off rip.
Yeah.
Just got offered Sutton and Johnston for Ferguson and Olave. Do I do it? Gut feel? No. I'm too high on Olave, admittedly, but Sutton to Olave feels kind of even. It feels like a slight upgrade, and you're kind of just upgrading for that touchdown upside. Love the shout, Andrew. And then Ferguson to QJ. Give me Ferg, bro. Ferg's already outscoring QJ, straight up. You are straight up down. Sometimes you kind of just need to get rid of the disgusting position. I know tight ends are gross, and you kind of just need to look at it objectively as fantasy points on my roster. Are you trading Trey McBride for Quentin Johnston right now, Dallas Slam? I think selling Ferguson's a good move, though. I love selling Ferguson right now, Dallas. Just with CD coming back, you can only expect his targets to go down, right? But I just feel like you're selling a little low, or I might just be selling too high.
So he would be getting Ferguson and Olave in this?
No, he's selling Ferguson and Olave. He already has Ferguson.
Oh.
He has Jake Ferguson. He has Kittle coming back, and he's trying to sell Ferguson. But his original thing was Ferguson for Matthew Golden. So he's treating Ferguson like a bag of beans.
Got you. Yeah. I actually don't hate this deal. I might offer Jake Ferguson for one of those guys straight up.
I don't know about Sutton for Ferg straight up. I don't like that.
I mean, with Kittle coming back, you got to feel pretty good about Kittle. With Ferguson, you got CeeDee Lamb coming back, so you got to be a little bit worried about target share decreasing. Ferguson's been running super touchdown hot, which I'm not saying he can't keep falling into the end zone, but I do think that'll slow down a little, considering he didn't score one touchdown all last season, and now he's scored, 4 in the last 3 weeks? I do think we can expect that to slow a little bit. I don't know what's really separating Ferguson from kind of the middling tight ends as the season goes on. I think in the short term, I'm still kind of ranking Ferguson in my top 5 tight ends, but I don't hate you at all for trying to get some value, especially with Kittle coming back. I think doing Ferguson straight up for either QJ or Sutton is a fine deal. If you're trying to basically just flip tight end to wide receiver, I would feel better about having either of those guys in my lineup than Ferguson when it comes to your fantasy playoffs. So that's just kind of where I'm at on that. And that's coming from someone who rosters Jake Ferguson in a bunch of leagues. I've been
Ferg.
Yeah, Ferguson's one of those guys that if he's not on your team, you're damn, Jake Ferguson's pretty good. I wish I had some more of him. And then when you're starting him each week, you're I hope he gets fed today.
George Pickens, though, bro.
About him. What about George Pickens?
Why is he going round 4? Why is he going behind DK? The Cowboys don't have a bye, do they?
They do.
What is going on? I need to keep pulling that up.
So we started Bijan, Odunze, Adams. I kind of wanted to do Scatabo because Scatabo doesn't have a bye either. Just didn't really work out that way. Javonte would have been appealing. Javonte and Saquon both have bye weeks throughout the tournament. Odunze and Adams both did not. I like both of their matchups throughout the course of this tournament. It's kind of what steered me in their direction.
I think that Kittle pick is sharp.
Yeah.
Maybe a little early. I think he might have some drafts where he might fall to the end of round 3. But I like getting Kittle in this.
I actually kind of like the value we're getting on Brock Bowers because this is going to be – so this tournament starts right after the Raiders bye week, which hopefully is kind of right about when he's getting healthy. I don't
like
hate that at all. Ooh, there he goes.
All right, bro. Who is it? Lazy Kid. He's tapped in, bro. He's tapped in on the stream.
I know. I kind of like Ricky Pearsall here. Ricky Pearsall is looking kind of nice to me at this stage. Tyler Warren would be more appealing if they didn't have the bye. I'm also kind of eyeing Rico Dowdle, even though it feels crazy early, but
it is crazy early. But who else is on the board?
Breece Hall with a bye, Swift no bye. We're gonna run out of time. I'm gonna take Swift if I can get it off. No. Oh my god.
The depression.
No, I was not trying to do that, bruh.
To add insult to injury, I love that so much.
I had Mark Andrews in my queue from when I was thinking about taking Ravens earlier, and I forgot to take him out of my queue, and I couldn't get off Swift in time.
Right, unique team, Brad. Just pivot. It's okay.
No.
We are believing that all the touchdowns are going through Mark Andrews. He's gonna have a career resurgence right now.
Might as well just burn my $5. Mark Andrews is literally like 150 ADP in these.
Okay, here's what we have to do. We just have to make this team good enough to go to the next round so you can get your money back. So just take the dudes with like the late bye weeks and just say, screw it. Just let me succeed this week.
I'm actually
just give me my $5 back. Just get your $5 back, bro. Take the dudes with bye weeks.
I don't care about my $5. I'm still going to shoot for the ceiling.
That is literally the ceiling.
Damn. That was
to answer Mando. How do we feel about the RB situation in New England? Ramondre and Henderson. Who do we start? Neither. That's like the easy answer. I think you can look at Ramondre's inefficiency this week, and you can lean Travion. But bro, it just feels like Mike Vrabel just doesn't like rookies. Like. Looks like he just hates rookies. Kyle Williams, cool little 4 snaps. Oh, Efton Chisholm got 3 snaps last week. My goat. Finally touched the field. But like, I don't know. It just really seems like Vrabel just despises, young, talented players. Like, I don't know. It's like we out here starting Kayshon Boutte and Demario Douglas over our 3rd round Kyle Williams. Like, okay.
Oh, dude, I can't get over auto drafting Mark Andrews there. That's so tough. He literally has 125 ADP. Just took him pick 49.
Tros, bro.
That hurts so bad. Drake May there feels pretty nice. I was thinking about him. I think this is really early for Jayden Daniels, considering he has the week 12 bye.
Yeah, and JCM is
insanely early, considering you still had Swift available. Still had Breece and Judkins available, which they have buys throughout the tournament, but a week 9 buy is better than a week 12 one. and Sutton. So here's just all the bye week guys are starting to rip off the board.
Vlad goes. It's like, honestly, I don't like taking Vlad at all.
Might take Caleb and just lock him up with our little Dunze Caleb stack. I also Matthew Golden's still pretty far up here.
14. So this is like half the teams in the damn league. Oh my God.
All right. I'm debating if I want to do Caleb, DJ Moore.
Mark Andrews going to get traded. You'll be fine. Imagine Mark Andrews like the Chargers or like some tomfoolery.
Do I go DJ Moore here or do I go
I don't like DJ Moore.
Mike Evans? He does have week 12 bye. Chuba Hubbard.
You didn't get Rico and you're kind of light.
Let's go
right?
Chuba Hubbard. Yeah. What if he's
Read
just
the public. What if everyone's just wrong?
Yeah, what if he's still getting a lot of touches? His bye week fits fine.
What if they just trade Rico Dowdle for a second round pick today? Like,
all right, so we're building some Bears stuff. They do face the Steelers week 12, which, to be frank, that doesn't feel great about
can
stacking
you pull up
pieces from
Mando's
that
recent
game.
question?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is a nice question. I almost want to make a tier list that has RBs and receivers on it, but that would probably get very messy and hot fast. Let me look at our tier lists. Let me give you an answer. I'll look at my rankings. I normally look at Ants for this, but I'll look at mine.
I would say like
Quinshawn, Kyron, Genty.
Kyron, Quinshawn. Yeah.
Would you put Barkley in that and Hall, or is that too much at that point?
Probably too much for Barkley, probably not enough for Hall.
Okay. Oh, I might be too high on Hall. Then I have Hall tier up than Genty, Williams, and Judkins. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think you got a lower
Hall.
I don't know if I agree with this, Andrew.
I think
QJ is kind of more in wide receiver 2 range for me rest of the season.
Mid-end wide receiver 2. So he's probably in your like 14 to like 20 range, maybe, Andrew. Or 14 to 24. I need to stop saying 20. It's 14 to 24. Andrew, can you send your Josh Downs propaganda you sent me this morning?
JSN 107 feels nice in this tournament. I'm just looking at like what some of the other teams were doing. Monra also feels good. This guy though that started JSN, he kind of lost it for himself afterwards by drafting a bunch of guys that have bye weeks throughout the tournament.
Sam Laporta goes extremely late. Look at him. He goes after Caleb Williams. He doesn't have a bye. I think Sam Laporta could be your sneaky smash with Tucker Kraft at tight end.
Yeah, Kraft has he even gone yet?
Yeah, he went in the same round as Laporta. Look how late they go. Look at who they're going next to. All these guys have bye weeks.
Yeah. I think you got to get running backs early is kind of my takeaway. It gets pretty ugly quick.
Mm-hmm. Or you're going to get a guy with a bye week. Like you could get.
Yeah, I think what would feel nice is if you're on like the turn here and you could somehow manage to get like a Cook, Genty, even like Cook Henry. We talked about really liking Henry's schedule. I think that could be completely viable. At the turn here, get a little unique start. I would love that a lot, actually. Cook Henry. This is my 2 right off rip. Jacoby Myers goes.
I almost feel like it would be nice team building to like, I I don't know. It's like to get a bye week guy to just get you through the first 3 rounds, and then you get a guy late round who just has an amazing week 12 matchup when that guy's on bye. So, like, who's an example of this? Maybe who has a bye week? Devon Achan, right? Gonna probably get you there the first 3 rounds. Gonna be out on the championship, and then you're gonna want a running back with a good week 12 matchup. The Patriots play the Bengals.
DJ Moore's still sitting here, by the way. Oh, never mind.
Cleveland plays Las Vegas. Jacksonville plays Arizona. That's not really a blow-up spot.
I might go Travis Hunter. No bye
Yeah,
week.
we have Eagles Cowboys again. That's crazy. You know what's crazier? I'm seeing tickets as low as $27 for Cardinals Jags. It's hilarious. That is so funny. That reminds me of like the A's Coliseum. So I feel like that could be a move, maybe. And then you have Panthers. Oh, dude, Panthers Niners. Week 12, bro. A little CMC championship game blow-up spot. A little revenge game, per se.
Panthers are actually pretty good against the run. I was looking more into their like.
Good thing CMC's a
run.
receiver and not a running back. He's like the receiver 12 this year, I think. Or like something. Like I don't know what the actual number is, but like he's up there.
All right. Fiery asked, how high do we project BTJ finishing? I'll take this one. I think you can kind of project him as a high-end wide receiver, high to mid wide receiver 2 rest of the season. It's kind of about the range I'm slotting him into. I think you got to kind of think of him like kind of in the echelon of like your Devontae Adams, your George Pickens, maybe a little below those guys. Maybe more
those names are too pretty, I think. Maybe
like right behind Waddle is kind of what I'm thinking. Right around Tet, similar projections for me rest of the season. Money Mark said, what up, guys? In my 12-man half PPR league, I got offered ETN and Mike Evans, and I'd give up Saquon. What do you guys think? I think that's a smash, to be honest.
Yeah, what's your record and just your roster, just so we can
give a little more info, but I like that
down,
getting the 2-for-1. I think the difference from Saquon to ETN isn't like super crazy based off our rest of season projections. You're basically like dropping a tier down in production and you're getting a free Mike Evans for that. I feel pretty good about that, especially with how injured the Bucs wide receiver room is and how skeptical I am about Chris Godwin being anything this year. I think Mike Evans is going to come back and smash like he always does. Josh Downs shout from Andrew.
Yeah, the Josh Downs propaganda.
Okay.
Dude, this is this is unironically true. And who did he do that with at QB? Gardner Minshew, Anthony Richardson, and now Daniel Jones.
J-Mo and Butte for Jordan Addison. 2 crazy Vikings have the easiest wide receiver schedule rest of the season.
Vikings have like the worst.
I don't think that's too much. It's basically just J-Mo for Addison straight up. And a lot of leagues.
Where is Jordan Mason going in this?
Waivers. He went pretty early.
I forgot he was like an NFL player.
He went 5-12.
I think that might be too early. I know he doesn't have a bye week, but Aaron Jones going this late too. And they're coming off their bye week. Aaron Jones is healthy again, right? Question mark?
Yeah. I don't know if he's back this week.
Because I was looking at that the trade you had sent me just because, Yeah. No, he's still on IR.
I'm interested. I don't know what I'm going to do at running back here. Dang, Woody Marks is gone. He's way gone. Wow.
This
I
is
feel
a
like,
long.
yeah, I wish I did I wish I drafted one of these off stream before hopping into one on stream because I feel like I'm doing a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
good,
movement
bro.
here on the fly.
Because then people learn with you. It's like if you're starting
Yeah.
a hobby channel, some people don't like learning from an expert. They like learning from an amateur who goes through the same problems as them. This is true.
Trey Benson kind of sneaky if he comes back at all throughout this tournament. I like taking the shot on him here. I also am kind of thinking about like Nick Chubb. It's so gross though. Or maybe I could go Benson and Carter and just guarantee Arizona running back production in some shape or form. But I don't even know if Michael Carter is guaranteeing you
You're
anything.
not taking Michael Carter. Do not.
Yeah, let's go Benson, and then let's go. I'm thinking Benson's gonna
Gainwell.
go. I'm thinking I was looking at Gainwell, but Caleb Johnson's kind of working more into things, and that kind of worries me. We gotta go.
Who's your QB2?
I'm just gonna get Nick Chubb. I need some more security in my running backs.
I was gonna say Sam Darnold could be a move. Oh, Daniel Jones is probably nice because Sam Darnold doesn't have a bye. I don't know why he's all the way down here.
Yeah, I'll get some Darnold chairs if I'm taking JSN. I just don't think taking him naked is gonna get you anywhere in this tournament.
Hey, yo. I saw a name on here I liked real quick before we get to Ricardo. I saw Tyrone Tracy Jr. Don't love him anymore like I used to, but Cam Scatabo runs very aggressively. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibilities he can get injured this season, whether it's concussion or like he just tweaks something, like maybe like a shoulder injury. I don't hate because I was thinking about dropping Tyrone Tracy Jr. this week from all my teams that have him.
I think you gotta hold him.
Yeah. So very interesting person to maybe grab if other owners are thinking like me and thinking about dropping him because he hasn't done anything for your team all season.
I think this is a W for you, Dallas.
You liked the Andrew shout in the chat about Sutton being a top 12 receiver, huh? I don't hate that take. I just think he had a bad week last week.
Yeah.
Just shows his floor.
Ricardo, I'm thinking about this one, and I don't think I would do this personally. We're big on Javonte rest of the season, but I also still feel like
I think both these players could outscore him. I think maybe that's a little cute for King Henry, but like I could see Tet doing better than Javonte as much of a Tet hater as I am.
So this is my running back tiers that we did. To be fair, I haven't updated this in the last week. But just off where I had things earlier, I had Javonte a tier up from Derrick Henry. And we talked yesterday on stream actually about how much we like Derrick Henry rest of the season, and especially these next couple of weeks once Lamar gets back. I don't think I'm doing this trade personally. I think giving Tet is too much of a premium to pay. I would, if you could do more of like a lesser tier player with Derrick Henry, then sure, go tier up for Javonte. But yeah, Tet's just way too much to pay, I think.
Yeah, maybe like a flex player with Derrick Henry would be
Amelia
nice.
said, crazy to trade away Barkley for Dowdle and Krosky Merritt. Whew.
What an interesting
tackle that one
all season. Wow, I definitely understand why you're entertaining this. You're 2-4. Saquon's not giving you that round one production we bought in on. JCM is a riser. Doesn't really get there in fantasy this week, but you love to see the efficiency. He's still like a young running back. Like we shouldn't be spinning in like the A gap, right? And fumbling the ball. But I like buying JCM. I don't love buying Dowdle. admittedly. I have my concerns with just buying anyone in a split backfield with the starter coming back, right? I think if you switched out Dowdle for a different player, I wouldn't hate it. Even right now, I don't love it. It definitely like makes me feel a little gross. Like I just bought like some overpriced McDonald's. But it's like not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. I have similar feelings.
Can you entertain any other like trades from that team? Like what are other players on that guy's team you might want?
Yeah, I think you're just taking on too much risk. Like I feel fine about Dowdle and Cross-Merritt rest of the season. And even though Saquon hasn't been getting there, like at the end of the day, he's still Saquon Barkley, and someone else in your league is gonna pay up more than that, I would say.
Find an Eagles fan.
If you want to sell Saquon, I would literally just group message your entire league and say, look, or individually message everyone in your league and say, I want to sell Saquon. What's your offer? And I guarantee you someone will give you a better deal than that. I think if you want a 2-for-1 Saquon, sure, I can get behind that, but I just think there's a little better ways to do that. If you look, I'll pull up the tiers again. So if you look at how we're ranking things rest of the season, I do think I need to lower Saquon maybe towards the end of this tier. But he's still kind of a tier B running back. If you're looking to get off of him, I would try to explore maybe like a Saquon to Derrick Henry plus, because Derrick Henry owner might be a little worried about him. See if he has anything else he might be able to part with. Or like maybe a Saquon for a Scatterbo plus, a Saquon for a
if you're gonna do anything,
Irving
it needs to be like a plus. I feel like it needs to be like a Scatabo plus, a Genty plus, and that plus doesn't necessarily need to be 2 players. It should just be like a Sutton though, a points getter, a top 15, like a receiver probably in between like receiver 10 and like 16, 18 would probably be what you want to aim for in that. I feel like.
Yeah.
He has Mason and Judkins. He's not. Damn. I was going to say go Judkins, Brad.
So tell him I'm not trading with you if you don't want to give away Judkins. I'm giving you Saquon Barkley. Go hit up someone else in the league. Yeah, like
league winner last year. What are we talking about? The Eagles can't pass the ball. They are running back at QB.
That's this guy telling you, oh, I want your running back 1 for my running backs 5 and 6. Like, no, tell him go fuck himself.
Ooh, I love the question from George right now, but let's answer Mando's first. Trey McBride, better pickup for the bye week, Evan Ingram or Fannin. We did just see a big game from Evan Ingram this week. Well, big. More encouraging usage. I still lead Fannin. I lean Fannin here.
Yeah, I'm going Fannin, especially since Njoku's dealing with that injury. Yeah. He has Mason and Judkins. Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Walker or Bill rest of the season. I think I do lean Bill in this. As much as I was just saying you're taking on risk with him, I still think you can pencil him in as running back 2 rest of the season. I think Walker is kind of in that same echelon, but to Walker's credit, he does have a lot of hypothetical value if Charbonnet injury or Charbonnet decrease in workload were to happen. Walker then would be an absolute smash rest of the season. So it's hard to say. For as of right now, as things stand, as of what we know, I'm going Bill.
Wow. Hypothetical trade. Zach Sharp to the Chargers. Could we see that? I could see that. UCLA alone goes back to LA, goes to the Chargers. RB needy. He won't be too pricey. I could see that a little more realistically than Breece Hall. Now that I'm just like thinking about that, that's a fun little trade idea. Damn, imagine if that happens and we have that on stream. We gotta clip it. We gotta clip that.
Take quarterback, so I just took Aaron Rodgers. I hate doing that, but I just need another quarterback that can maybe give me something on a week. And then we're gonna get.
I'm mainly asking because someone offered Walker and for Bill.
Evan Ingram, we just autoed. Sick. I was not trying to do that. Oh my god.
I have Kenneth Walker in a league, and I'm actively trying to package him with Quentin Johnston to tier up at running back for like a Saquon right now. I'll tell you that right now, George. K9's definitely on my sell block. And I would take Bill side of that. Bill just I'm a big workload guy, right? I think it's just simple process to be like guys on the field, guys getting touches. Even if he's a bad player, he will eventually run hot, right? JCM, like he looks like a good player, bro. Like
Yeah.
Bill doesn't look bad. Like he looks like a good player too, who's also getting the opportunities. So I like Bill.
Yeah.
I think K9 might be more talented, but he's not getting the opportunities.
I would agree.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, that's tough. I get it, but like I said, what? So you're gonna sell Saquon, and then your running back one's gonna be Rico Dowdle, and your running back one's JCM, and your running back two's Rico Dowdle.
Does it even change anything? Like,
Yeah,
did you really change? Like, what if Rico Dowdle drops 9 points this week, and then Chuba comes back the following week? Now you're,
Yeah. I just think you can explore a little better, or try to move off one of your wide receivers for a running back if you're good at wide receiver.
Because the way I'm seeing it, like yeah, you're kind of just putting yourself in the same situation with worse players.
Yeah. Like, is your points per game really that much difference with Saquon and Kareem Hunt compared to Dowdle plus Bill? I don't think that's that much different.
Let me see who I would trade Saquon for. It doesn't help. I sort all players by points scored, and Dowdle only has 2 points scored less than Saquon. Disgusting. I mean, that's what happens. 33 and 34 points in 2 games. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. He's not going to run that hot all season.
I don't know. Hot take. I'm going to get off topic. Hot take. Are we buying Rachaad White? Are we buying handcuff Bucks running back right now? Because Bucky stuff, I mean, how long he's been out for? Like 3 weeks now?
Yeah, this is week 3. I think he would have been moved to IR.
It's just interesting.
Give me Jordan Love over Knicks.
Why?
I just hate what the Broncos are doing with Knicks, to be frank.
Doesn't Knicks have more rushing upside, or am I mistaken?
I mean, not really. He doesn't really run that much. He does a little bit, but yeah. I just hate what Sean Payton's doing with Knicks. Like, I think he's like trying to mask him and make him do a lot of like not real quarterback drop back stuff. Like, it's a lot of like designed rollout, a lot of like screens. I just think Love's more talented and he's playing better in real life. And I think in
that
fantasy,
receiving core is just able to carry him. Well, not really, but it's just good. It's just balanced. Like, there's not a bad receiver.
Yeah,
I like it. I like Love over Knicks.
It's 50-50 though. They're same like echelon of quarterbacks you don't really feel great about.
Are you asking for just this week or rest of season, Caden?
Yeah, if you're asking for just this week, I can give you a better analysis.
Because Packers, Arizona, Broncos, Giants is the matchup. 0.5 PPR, flex, BTJ, or Brees.
Give me Isaac Tesla.
I was like, that was not in the options yet.
Diami Brown. I don't know, dude. I kind of hate this draft, but things got ugly. Oh, when you stream your first one of these, bear with me. Oh yeah, Mando. Thanks for hopping on the stream, dude. Yeah, we got a good amount of people in here. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Drop a like. We also got a free Discord to join where you can ask us any of your fantasy questions. Completely free to join. Just drop the link for that in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in. Keep firing off your questions. I might not do another one of these drafts per se, but maybe I'll rip some week 8 drafts because these are just too long.
This is
we'll
like
do
insane.
it's just like a
This feels like a
before
little board
season
almost,
draft.
bro.
Yeah, it basically is. So we can rip more of these on stream per request. I don't know if y'all are even really thinking through this.
Bye, Mando.
Kind of firing off fantasy questions, but yeah, keep firing off questions. We'll hop in some drafts for this week and talk a little bit more about some matchups we like for this weekend. I'll queue up my last pick and get out of here. Who's our dart throw that's
Trey
gonna
Tucker.
break
Is
out?
Trey
end of
Tucker
season?
taken yet?
Give me Keaton Mitchell.
Go to your thing. Let's scroll. Let's scroll through the players. We can't see.
Tucker's way gone. Yeah, 114.
I like Demario Douglas, dude. Wow, he went super late. That's
Isaiah
a great
Davis.
pick. Arondre Gadsden, great pick. Tyquan Thornton, good pick. Isaiah Bond, good pick.
Joe Mixon, is he alive?
Is he? Mando, I love the fact you watch the streams during work. So I love it. That's iconic.
I'm queuing up Keaton Mitchell, and I'm hopping in another draft for this week. Let's hop in our first hurry up for the week. We've been maxing these every week, and if you're new to the channel, we took down top 20 finish just 2 weeks ago. Was in second place all the way up until the afternoon slate. Almost turned $3 into $1,000, but Emeka Egbuka decided to give us otherwise, and we fell. We fell in the standings. But I say that to say we know a little bit about what we're doing with these. We've been right in a lot of process moves. We were big on George Pickens last week. We were big on Rico Dowdle. We were big on Jake Ferg. We were big on Trey McBride, and all those guys smashed. So we're going to see if we can get the right formula again.
I was big on BTJ, and I hate BTJ.
Yeah, we were big on BTJ. BTJ smashed. We've been right there. If you guys want to hop in, this is on Underdog Fantasy. We're doing a hurry up draft. It's $3 to enter, 20 max. So $60 to max it, which is really nice because in tournaments like these, you tend to be facing against some large bankroll guys, and as some smaller bankroll hustlers here, this is more of a tournament that we can play every week.
Mm-hmm. I definitely love like the double reverse one, the one where it's only 2 entries. I always love like the sub 5 entry ones.
Yeah, the double reverse is cool. The hurry up has been a staple of the channel the last couple weeks. We're gonna take one of these home. I know it's gonna happen.
Dude, eventually we're gonna get a top 5 finish. I can smell it.
Dude, I was so bummed. The second place one was just we were so close. And then Emeka happened
for everything. Love Knicks, BTJ or Brees all this week.
Yeah, so let's talk about some matchups. I love Judkins this week, but I feel like the ADP is pretty sharp to that. I also love Jonathan Taylor this week. The Chargers have been getting beat badly on a lot of like outside run concepts. We saw JCM get there 2 weeks ago against them, where he went for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And both his touchdowns were just simple outside zone plays where he bounced to the outside and it was just a wide open hole. It's something that teams have been doing schematically that's exposing the Chargers defense. And then we just saw Miami do the same thing this last week with A-Chain breaking off a 50-yard run on an outside run play. So there's something that teams are finding out about the Chargers and the way they stop the run that's allowing for these like big outside run plays, getting the running backs in the open field and allowing them to score. I think Jonathan Taylor, we know he's arguably the best running back in the league to this point. I don't see why he can't do that again this week against the Chargers. I think he's a deserving 101. Josh Jacobs here. I'm going to go Judkins. It seems crazy, but I just think he could be the guy you need. We talk about lowering him in the rankings, but against Miami,
Oh
is
yeah,
like- This is dream matchup for Quinshon this week.
we mentioned that though.
And I don't like A-Chain. I love A-Chain way more rest of the season than I like Judkins, but A-Chain against the Browns feels worse than Judkins on
Wild
the other
spirit.
side of that. Just the Browns have been a pretty stout defense overall.
Mhm.
I think
Love
this
or
is
Knicks?
a Judkins game.
All right, so let's go back to this. I want to answer this real quick. Love or Knicks?
Rashee Rice debuting as wide receiver 3 in the contest, by the way.
I hope everyone in the world is wrong and I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I will take being wrong with grace. I will take it with grace. I will be okay with being wrong. I just don't like that's when I always feel sketchy, bro. It's like everyone is just like universally like, yeah, Rashee Rice gonna be him. So y'all said about BTJ preseason. So y'all said about Saquon preseason.
Very true.
So you guys said about Ashton Genty and Derrick Henry on the 1-2 turn this season. So y'all said about Marv last season. So I will always be down to zig when everyone else is zagging. That's a great saying, and I think it always applies. Never be scared to zig when everyone else zags. As for this QB question.
Yeah, I don't care, bro. Rashi's going to smash.
Knicks love. We have Packers, Arizona, Broncos, Giants. I would probably still go Love. I think the Giants defense is just really good. Like that's the analysis for me. And put it on that one.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about this Javonte pick. I was preparing to talk through that. What did you say?
Love to Knicks, Giants, and Cardinals matchup. I'm leaning Love against the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'd go Love.
And why are we going Debo here?
So I did Javonte. We just saw Washington get gashed by DeAndre Swift. I think Javonte is going to have a bounce back week after kind of disappointing last week. I think Dallas will be able to run the ball against Washington. And I think Debo kind of game stacking here on the other side of that should be able to have a good game against Dallas's pretty subpar secondary. I like that little game stack right there. Maybe we can finish it off with a Jaden at quarterback. Or never mind, because he just went 206. Sick.
I think the Panthers defense might be really good against the run. Now that I'm looking
They are.
at it.
Yeah.
So I would not go Brees, even though it is 0.5 PPR and I hate BTJ. Just probably go BTJ and like just hope this trend of him being what he was last year continues.
I cannot take another running back either way. So,
but I don't think they have a very pleasant matchup this week either.
I kind of like Drake May.
Oh my God, I have to scroll so far down to find BTJ. It's actually hilarious.
Kind of like Dak again this week. He just goes. I like the Charger stuff this week. I might go Ladd and Herbert. The Colts, if you haven't been paying attention, have been dealing with like a bunch of injuries to their secondary. They had Xavier and Howard retire on them 2 weeks ago after getting cooked by Puka all week, which I don't blame him. Must have been hard. Hard for the soul just knowing you can't do anything. We just saw Ladd get there this week. I don't see why he can't do it again. Kenny Moore's been out. He's their slot corner. He might be back this week, but then they're also down Charvarius Ward, who's their number one outside corner. And if you didn't see what happened there, he got a concussion in pregame warmups, which is just kind of...
Who got a concussion?
Charvarius Ward, the old Niners corner that's with Indy now. In pregame warmups, he ran into one of his teammates and got concussed.
Bro's going too hard.
So yeah, we're gonna finish the team off with Kraft and then rounding out with Herbert at quarterback.
Amelia in another league. Who do I bench? Achan, Judkins, Rice, non PPR. Definitely start Judkins. I think you're really just between Rice and Achan because of that non PPR format.
Holy shit! Is it crazy to say bench Devon Achane?
I was thinking Achan too because he has been a bit of a screen merchant, and that's a really rough running back matchup for the Browns. So like you're not going to get like those cushy like extra 4 points that
There's
you
no
get
way.
from him catching like 4 screens.
Who else are you starting?
That's all, they got a monster
It's like
squad.
a 5-starter league, dude. Oh my god.
Or
It
they
feels
might
crazy saying Achane over Rice, but I just so in on Rice, and I think the Raiders secondary's really been struggling.
Who are your
And I think-
receivers this week, Amelia? You probably have a receiver who's worse than Rice starting.
No way.
That's Mando saying goodbye. BP NFL breakdown. Do I trade Rogers, Scat, London for Javonte, Amika, and Chase Brown in 2 QB PPR?
Ooh. Let's break this down one by one. Scat or Javonte? Rest of the season. Give me Javonte.
Very little, but yeah, give me Javonte. Maybe a slight tier under.
Drake London or Emeka Egbuka?
London, but I think I did have a Buka in the same tier at one point.
Yeah, I think I just prefer London right now because he's not injured, but they're pretty close. And London's been. I was watching a breakdown on Drake London, and Atlanta's been using him in the slot, which was kind of the key to him getting there at the end of last season. And if you look at his last 2 weeks, he's just getting insane targets.
Out of the slot, like I think 8 of his
Yeah.
the slot this
Yeah,
week.
so I feel really good about Drake London right now. I'd probably prefer him to Emeka. Assuming that's Aaron Rodgers or Chase Brown. If it's 2 QB, I might prefer Aaron Rodgers.
I do prefer Aaron Rodgers. I have Aaron Rodgers in a super flex, and he's really gross. But if you look at him, bro, he gets you there. He gets you that 15 every week. Like, I think his floor is like 12 points so far this season.
Yeah.
Like,
I honestly don't think I'm doing this trade just because
it's just so
feel like,
lateral. And then
I feel like it's very lateral, and you're moving from a healthy receiver to one that's hurt. And you're moving from, and also with the Egbuka, you got Mike Evans coming back, which I'm not saying I'm like super worried about, but I just think it does
target share
limit Egbuka's like true like ceiling outcome, where he's just like dominating every target for Tampa. And I think that's what you're getting with Drake London right now. Way worse passing offense, to be fair, than is in Tampa. But I think because of how bullish I am on Drake London rest of the season, I think that's what's leading me to say no to this deal. And Chase Brown just doesn't do enough for me to like where I want to acquire him right now.
A lot of the Bengals players got their value back. Chase Brown was not one of those players who got their value back with Joe Flacco.
George said I also traded Jaden Daniels, Breece Hall, and Kraft for Caleb Williams, Bill, and London.
Woo! At first, I wasn't liking it. Then I saw London. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a W. That's a W. Rico and Chuba, 50-50 split. We don't know. It's kind of tough, but there's no way you can bench Dowdle after what he's just shown the last couple weeks. So I think we feel pretty good about that there is going to be some sort of split moving forward. Where I'm at, I'm hanging on to both of them and just hoping that I have the right one. I think they're both, Andrew.
Gotta fade that recent Andrew one real quick, but
Tet and Jason are his other wide receivers instead of Rashi.
Bench Tet, start Rashi. And I hate Rashi.
Yeah, Tet against the Jets, dude. I'm probably going Rice. Tet also coming off his lowest usage game of the season. I think you got to bench Tet. I'm benching Tet before I'm benching A-Chain. I'm benching Tet before I'm benching Rice.
Andrew, I'm in on London playing better with Mooney in, because London thrives in the slot. Mooney thrives on the outside. I think if anything, that just opens up more for Drake London.
I'm not super worried about Mooney. Kind of similar reasoning there. I would love to get Judkins again, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I think I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and go Rashi off rip in this one. Oh, we actually
JSN
might be able to get Judkins. JSN is not in this slate.
Yeah, you can say that, but look at the numbers. Andrew. I love my historical data.
This is a Nebby start right here. Rashi Rice, Quinshon Judkins.
Teams are ever evolving, Andrew. And teams that are figuring out how to use their players to the best of their abilities. I'm not concerned. You can look at the splits with Drake London and Darnell Mooney. I'm pretty sure Drake London still had a 30% target share. So, Andrew, since I know you, I'm going to tell you to kick rocks. Kick rocks. I'm high on London. Judkins is the GOAT, bro.
He's going to go nuts against the Dolphins this week.
Bro. I was being a stupid idiot when it actually came time for like my actual fantasy leagues. I'm like, I'm not going to take Judkins. Pissed. I hate how I do that every year. I always fade my own takes when it comes to like my actual redraft league. Like compared to like all my underdog leagues, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to fade all of that now.
You got to diversify.
I know. Andrew, I'll go pull up some stats, okay, buddy? Sky Moore absent from. Oh my God, Josh Downs in concussion protocol. Are we being so serious right now? Guys, I actually cannot make this stuff up. I'm literally looking at this report right now.
Wow.
How long ago did this come out?
All right, we got a good amount of people in here. Make sure to sub to the channel if you haven't. Drop a like on the stream. Appreciate all y'all that are in here. Make sure to join the Discord. 100% free to join. Just drop the link. We're always in there talking ball. We're streaming almost every day, too, these days.
I'm actually pissed about Josh Downs right now. Like, dude, the fact that we were talking about it on stream and he just got the concussion protocol thing like minutes ago, I think.
No! Oh.
Boy, I know. Andrew, Vegas made a call, bro. They made a call to the Colts practice squad.
That snipe on Mahomes hurt really bad because this
that's
Rashi Judkins start is like
hell, bro. I like Debo. Debo Dak could be schmoofs. Debo Dak.
Or what about Dak Ferg?
Yeah, Dak Ferg. That's fine. Debo Dak, you're still betting the same thing. You're betting a shootout.
Yeah, I just don't like taking Dak without one of CD or Pickens.
Fair enough.
I feel like I'd rather play it through. I guess. No, actually, let's get Dak because then we could tell ourselves the story that CD and
Pickens just split.
Pickens and Ferguson all kind of split, and none of them get there besides Dak, and Rashi and Debo separate. We can tell ourselves that narrative.
Bro, a guy accepted a trade I have with Downs 20 minutes ago. I love that for you, Atlanta. That's so funny, actually. That's like something you don't really see happen too much these days, bro. Like the instant report trade. That's awesome. Bro, a guy accepted
talking about Chase Brown. We don't feel great about him, man. It's just
I almost feel better about Jaylen Warren than I do Chase Brown. So
You can say like, sure, yeah, sell him, but like, what are you really gonna get for your Chase Brown? I'm gonna take Scatterbo. I know it's a tough matchup, but Scatta go.
I think that he will be due for a game. I think it's only a matter of time until the Bengals get a really bad rush defense. Joe Flacco is making the offense slightly better. Maybe they play a little more snaps in the red zone within like the 10-yard line. Maybe Chase Brown gets there. I think after you have Chase Brown get like 115-point plus game, you sell him. Like sell him. I think the only startable players for the Bengals are going to be the receivers. Oh, and a player that I would like to talk about is Noah Fant. Mike Gesicki just moved to IR. With how ugly tight ends are, I feel like it might be worth, putting a little flag next to Noah Fant's name this week. Chubb, Ingram for Shaheed Ertz. That's just such an ugly trade.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts for like really nothing getting accomplished, to be
You're
honest.
just trading, like Downs to Shaheed, give me Shaheed. That's kind of debatable. Ertz to Ingram, pretty lateral. Nick Chubb to Juwan Jennings, give me Juwan Jennings. Like, yeah, you won, but like
Yeah, it's just like
you just got like slightly shinier garbage.
I guess if you want Ertz, like that's a fine upgrade to make from Evan Ingram. Nah, Andrew, I'm with Josh on this one, man. Juwan Jennings he's not an asset I feel great about getting, but Downs or Shaheed is really a toss-up.
Ooh, Ty, I like the question.
Ertz is a big upgrade over Ingram, I think. Chubb, Jennings is probably Jennings by default.
Yeah.
Shaheed and Downs. It's a win, but it's a small win. I get if you really like Josh Downs, Andrew, but I don't know how much Josh Downs is really doing for me.
I'm really emo about Josh Downs because his rookie year in Dynasty, I had 2 second-round picks. With one of them, I took Sam Laporta. My other one, I took Marvin Mims, but I wanted Josh Downs, and I tried to trade for another second-round pick so I could get all 3. Never forget.
Ty, I'd probably keep an eye on if one of if one of Ricky or Jennings is to miss, play Bourne. If they're both healthy, I'd probably lean Golden.
Golden had a good game this week, no?
He did. And Arizona's secondary is not playing great, and they're hurt.
Damn, plays one good game and places are already projecting him with 11 points.
If Ricky or Jennings is out, you got to play Bourne, though. I think. Just too much volume.
Bourne's looking like a stud.
Especially if Mac Jones is playing. Hyped. Did we get JT finally? I was hoping we'd get him on the last one we did.
Calvin Ridley not practicing. Chuba Hubbard back in limited capacity, and Brock Purdy to be limited. Puka missed practice, and CD's in line to practice.
Debo questionable.
I think that Kendrick Bourne is a smash if Mac Jones starts again, personally. Not even caring about other receivers for the Niners. Maybe Kittle. I saw that Kittle has a projection under his name right now on ESPN. He's still on IR, but they already project him out like 13 points, which probably means he's going to start this week. Getting Ertz to upgrade Hunter Henry. Oh, love that upgrade. Pickens, St. Brown, Keenan, and Bourne are my starting flex receivers. Yeah, I like it then. I like Rashid Shaheed. I wasn't even clowning you, bro. I love Rashid Shaheed. I think he does the same thing as Josh Downs, just a little less pretty.
I just got an inside report. Jacoby Myers trade rumors are heating up.
Inside report? Who are you? Who is this guy?
Inside scoop. Just had to check my phone. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jacoby Myers traded in the coming days. Niners.
No. Please no. Do not give
I
us
mean,
that.
the Niners
bro.
were interested in Jacoby last year. They were trying to trade for him. Teams that like receivers that block are going to be interested in Jacoby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Niners. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Falcons, yeah, that could be a good shout. No one but London. Commanders, maybe.
Terry's coming back though.
Yeah, but they're still shallow with just Debo and Terry.
Really got Luke McCaffrey. The GOAT.
I guess if they feel good about him.
Huh.
It's
Damn,
interesting to
so
think through.
Trey Tucker, bro. I love my preseason Trey Tuck take. Mooney has been living on my IR. Yeah, I wanted to pick up Mooney like earlier in the season, but he's just like injured all the time. And then I was like high on Casey Washington, and then I just dropped him in Dynasty too. Who are we thinking here, Jaden?
I think I'm going to go Jaden Debo again. Kind of eyeing Odunze.
You're not eyeing Mahomes, bro, after that whole take we had yesterday?
I'm pivoting to this.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah, don't let me influence you so easily.
No, I was thinking about Mahomes, and then you saying something just like persuaded me because he's playing the Raiders, dude.
Let me think of something.
And I just took Debo in 2 straight drafts. I don't know if I want to just keep hammering on Debo.
I mean, yeah, Debo.
He just missed practice again today.
Yeah. Miles's we won't name drop her, but Miles's ex from high school just added me on Snapchat. This is so random.
This guy.
What? I'm so confused by that notification right now.
This guy. All right. Back to what our audience cares about. They don't care about Yash's snap notifications. They care about Lad McConkey versus Quentin Johnson rest of the season, Yash. What do you have to say?
Give me Lad.
Yeah.
I think it's encouraging what we're seeing. I did fade Lad early season. I have James Cook, Rachaad White. I'm offered Ferguson Gibbs. Dude, give me that. Give me fucking Gibbs. What are we talking about? Or are you trying to acquire those players? Because you could easily scam with Rachaad White right now. You just need to tell people that like Bucky's going on IR. Bucky's not going to play. It's not going to be worth having Bucky on your team. There's only 8 games left of the season. It's not worth it. Just get Rachaad White. That's how I would sell Rachaad White right now. Can you hear my dog snoring?
No.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Because he's like really loud. Lad also gives random punt kick return potential. You know, so did Rashid Shaheed back when I was a big Rashid Shaheed fan. My goat. I still am a big Rashid Shaheed fan. He's my Devin Hester. No one else will understand except for me. You don't think Gibbs will drop with Monty getting more rushes? No. Gibbs is easily locked. Like, even in, like, doomsday scenario, I think Gibbs is still locked in as, like, a top 10 RB. Like, even if Monty takes on 60% of carries in that backfield, which I think he did on Gibbs' rookie year, Gibbs is still a top 10 RB. You know? So, is that the trade you got, Panda? Just James Cook, Rachaad White for Ferguson and Gibbs? Because that's an easy smash for me if you're getting Ferguson and Gibbs. I think you honestly, like, oh, yeah, you're giving away James Cook. I get why you're scared. That's valid. But I still have Gibbs over Cook. And Ferguson over Rachaad White. It's pretty easy for me.
Genty against the Chiefs, Scatterbo against the Broncos. Give me Genty.
Mhm.
Then
Let me see the squad.
I think Worthy's a great scroll right now at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I might go.
People are too high on Rashee Rice this week, but it's actually going to be Xavier Worthy week.
That's kind of what I'm telling myself, this narrative, but he is getting drafted still.
Yeah, way too late. The guy who's getting drafted next
Trey
to
Tucker's not getting drafted, which is interesting. Yeah, I think that. I don't know. I've been liking what I've been seeing from Trey Tucker. Jacoby Myers.
Genty is my RB2, St. Brown, DK, and Rashee Rice. Dude, you got a monster squad. Who's your tight end? Because Ferg, while he might fall from being the tight end 1 to like the tight end 5, still the tight end 5. Excuse me.
All right. I think I'm going to get out of here after we finish off this draft. So ask any last minute questions you guys got. Fire them off. I'm going to drop the link again, but make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. If you have already, you're a real one.
To go off of this Gibbs question, again, Gibbs, would you consider tiering up from Gibbs, or would you rather tier down from Gibbs? Give me Luther Burden.
Rather tier up. Yeah. Go get Luther Burden right now if he's sitting on your waivers. That's for everyone in here.
Definitely, like, probably one of the better waiver wire pickups in a lot of leagues.
Yeah. He's the true, like, DJ Moore role if DJ Moore were to miss. Zacchaeus has been playing the slot. Like, Luther Burden has literally been running, like, the DJ Moore routes. Oh, we get sniped on Worthy. Let's go get Terry. This is the squad. That's going to be it for Underdog Drafts today. We'll probably be on stream again tomorrow talking some Thursday night football. Maybe rip some more drafts for the weekend. And just any other questions that you guys may have. So, yeah. Yash, any last thoughts before we get out of here?
Not really, but keep an eye on ugly names on ugly teams like Chigakonkwo. I would look into him. He's getting a 16% target share on the Titans. Titans just fired their head coach. Gunnar Helm is not threatening his job at all. I think last 3 games, he's getting 6 targets a game. It's pretty hard to find at the tight end position. I always like looking at just ugly names, guys. Like, don't be scared.
Yep. I'm with you, brother. All right, guys. We will see you guys in the next one.
Give me Jamar Chase over Bowers in the first, Andrew. And how is Goddard on your waivers, Panda? Are you in like a 4-man league, bro? Like, that's what?
Insane. That is insane. All right, guys. We're getting out of here. Join the Discord, sub to the channel, like the stream. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.